What happens when an entire generation decides to become too smart to be attacked anymore? They really shouldn't retreat to the front, but most people think that wars are won only with missiles. Wrong. Wars are won when your mind becomes a more accurate weapon than any drone. Today we are talking about intellectual elite strategy. How you transform an entire nation into a single team of experts capable to stopping a conflict with the power of your brain, not just your arms. 1. The Alchemy of Trauma. From depression to pure energy. Depression is the luxury of those without a purpose. War brings trauma, but trauma can be fueled. There is a point in psychological when pain turns into hyperfocus. Instead of letting sadness paralyze us, we convert it into learning energy. When you know that every psychological book you read, every foreign language you learn, and every propaganda mechanism you understand brings you closer to stopping war, depression disappears. It is replaced by a state of constant alertness and the vital energy that the enemy cannot understand. The depressed man is a victim. A man who studies under pressure is a danger to any dictatorship. 2. One team, the special force of the mind. Imagine a single national team, not a football team, but a team of strategy. Young people who study intensively day and night to become experts in human behavior, global communication, and data analysis. The study is not academic, it is one of survival. This team works as one brain. If one learns how to break a communication barrier in Russia, the whole team applies the method. If another becomes an expert in convincing a global investor, the whole network benefits. Unity doesn't just mean standing together, it means thinking together at the same level of expertise. 3. Expertise as a weapon of propaganda destruction. When you become as good as an elite psychologist, you see through the Kremlin's lies like through a clean window. This generation of Ukrainian experts can no longer be manipulated. Moreover, they begin to manipulate the enemy's reality back. Through social media, through culture, through tech, they bombard the information space with true packets so intelligently that the Russian soldier begins to ask himself, why I'm fighting against people who are 20 years ahead of me in mentality? Collective intelligence creates an inferiority complex in the enemy, and an enemy who feels intellectually and morally inferior is already half defeated. 4. Beyond foreign aid, self-sufficiently. A nation that studies intensively no longer waits for saviors. It becomes the savior of its own future. This one team energy means that the rebuilding begins in people's minds before the first brick is laid. Smart people don't just build buildings, they build education systems, unbeatable economies, and a culture that becomes a magnet for the rest of the world. 5. Outro. Dictatorships are based on people who don't ask questions and live in fear. A Ukraine full of experts with immense mental energy and continuous learning is Putin's worst nightmare. Because you can bomb a city, but you can't bomb an idea that has spread to the minds of millions of smart, united people. Learning is the new resistance. Intelligence is the new weapon. See you in the next video.